one more round with Dionysus, the only short-form late-night comedy show hosted by a drag queen. I'm your host, Dinah. Tonight we're going to talk about how Christian judgment of queer people comes from a mistranslation of the Bible. We're going to celebrate a urinal, and then we daydream about a gayer Gaston. Woo. Now it's time for our first round, so let's belly up to the bar. That's right, it's time to roast the news. LGBTQ plus federal workers sued the Trump administration over gender and DEI executive orders. Sources found Trump only rolled back DEI programs because he thought it stood for Declare Epstein-related indictments. After the success of Heated Rivalry, star of the National Hockey League, Jake Sanderson, says hockey players really would accept openly gay teammates. But I mean, who knows any gay man that would want to shower with sweaty jocks after getting roughed up while gliding gracefully on ice skates? Doesn't sound gay at all. Former professor designs and mails death announcement postcards with his own photo and the blunt message, if you're reading this, I'm dead, and I really like you. You know, I thought I'd seen this porn before, but does it always start off like a murder mystery? A video goes viral of a person getting tattooed inside a well-known fast food dining area. City officials remind them a permit is required. The police were quoted saying, "Sir, this is literally a Wendy's." Donald Trump makes bizarre, unsolicited remarks about his own sexual preferences during an international peace meeting speech. Just a reminder to the president, honey, we don't want to be all up in your business just because you want to be all up in the business of our friends in the trans community, okay? We know that since the Epstein files came out that you're bisexual, but maybe just during international peace talks, it's the perfect time for bisexual erasure. A woman finds a smiling rock on an island near England. Turns out to be an ancient fossil with human-like teeth. Surprisingly, it's still the best set of chompers in the UK. Trump orders the release of alien government files after accusing Obama of leaking classified info. We take this as a win because it's the first time cited of Trump referring to an extraterrestrial when using the word alien. The Pentagon may potentially blacklist the Chinese shopping website Alibaba for allegedly supporting the Chinese military. I do wonder, though, if the Chinese military gets their military gets their uniforms from Alibaba, that just like their rhinestone bodysuits, they fit 3 sizes too small. Research reveals a mistranslation of the Bible confused condemning being a pedophile for condemning being gay. Even more proof the president has not read the Bible. Allegedly. Colorado's Governor Jared Polis has recently been snubbed by Trump and did not receive an invitation to the governor's dinner at the White House. He considers it a, quote, badge of honor. Trump, hearing that someone received something that sounds like an award, replied immediately that he wanted to receive it as a gift. Lauren Boebert's son is charged with child abuse for a second time. You know, it's almost like posing for Christmas cards with military-grade firearms may kind of teach your children to glorify violence or something. The lawyer and political insider that has shaped both federal and state policy around gender identity is a woman named May Mailman. And as a mailman, they should know that as long as it's received, it doesn't matter if people call it a box or a package. Next, growing up, the villains of our favorite cartoons often were too gay for their own good. So much so that they couldn't be good, they had to be bad. But they often weren't overtly out or queer, so if you've ever wanted them to have just a little bit more sugar in their tank, for our next round, we have gayer cartoon villains. So picture Jafar, but above his winged eyeliner, he has a cut crease. Oh, I love that. Okay, now picture Captain Hook, but his hook is dull and has a vibrate setting. Now picture Ursula, but she's in a biker gang. She would rock leather, right? No, okay, guess not. Period. Now picture Yzma, but instead of wrangling Kronk, she's wrangling a shit ton of cats. And next we have Gaston, but he always wants to like mysteriously spot you in the gym. How do you say sup bro in French? Scar, but his claws are painted. And last we have the evil queen, but she vogues. You know she would kill. Literally. Okay, if you've ever been to a drag show, you've likely seen the part of the show where we feature everyone who came to celebrate anything from their birthday to their wedding or divorce. For our final round, it's time for celebration! Congratulations to the toilet paper roll in my bathroom for always being flipped to the wrong side, even though I live by myself and fix it every day. Congratulations to Swedish Fish on being the only thing referred to as fish that actually tastes like cherries. Congratulations to Press-On Nails for being the cheapest way to have a manicure that only covers 8 of my fingernails. Congratulations to reusable water bottles for being the second most filled hole in a queer man's life. Congratulations to the shots that I take to pregame before going out for being the foreplay to my bad decisions. To Cosmopolitans for perfectly representing that girl that's too much of a little bitch to order a plain martini, but also too much of an alcoholic to drink a vodka cranberry. Congratulations to Urinals for presenting yourself as a place to release tension while also creating the most silent tension of the day. Just stare at the wall, he's probably straight. Just stare at the wall, he's probably straight. And he's not straight. Okay, we'll take an applause break. Yeah. Congratulations to bidets for putting the power of the Bellagio water show directly onto my hemorrhoid. That one hit home for someone. That one really hit home for someone. Congratulations to breaking a nail for never actually happening when I need its razor sharp edge. Congratulations to indirect lighting for being an energy efficient way to need less Botox. Congratulations to Popcorn Line for having an even more delicious sounding name than the blueberry pomegranate cotton candy flavored vape that caused you. And congratulations to Cacti for perfectly capturing the feeling of being a drag queen, because we both probably shouldn't drink that much. We're usually very warm, and if you touch me too much, I will stab you. All right, bitches, it's time to close out your tab. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm Dinah. This has been one more round with Dynanisis. If you like what you see, show your support by hitting the like and subscribe buttons right below, you know where they're at, and sharing this episode with someone who owes you a drink. Have a great weekend. Woo!